I want to talk about the decision by Judge McAfee. And, I like to throw around legal words here because, I'm an attorney. So that decision was bullshit. It was such a cop-out to do what he tried to do, whether it was because he's up for election, whether it's because he wants to continue dealing with the other professionals in the area. But he let her run roughshod over his courtroom.
In 2020, I lived in South Fulton. Okay. That's the only place I lived in South Fulton. That's before I had to abandon my home, Judge.
Right.
And at my home in South Fulton, he never came there, okay? So if you don't come someplace, you can't live there.
That's when I have to caution. That's going to be my first time out to caution. I'm going to listen to the questions as asked. And if this happens again and again, I'm going to have no choice but to strike your testimony.
And then he, bows down to her in this decision. Those are my thoughts, of course. I'm not putting those words in your mouth. But when you got the decision, thoughts?
When I first got the decision, I was just extremely disappointed. But you know how it is when you read something and then you try to figure out what actually happened. What is he trying to do? As I sort of read it, pondered it, thought about it, I kept thinking, he's trying to tell her to step down. And I really think that's what he was trying to do. I think he is trying to tell her to do the right thing. One of the big issues that keeps coming up is delay. Is there delay? Who's causing the delay? Who wants it to go to trial now? Is it political? And I think that opinion was telling her, this is causing delay. If you get out, then we can move on. And that's the one answer that made the most sense to me. A disinterested prosecutor would read it and say, I'm going to go ahead for the interest of the case, the interest of justice. I'm going to go ahead and step aside. And there's a process for that. It's easy. We have district attorneys. We have 49 across the state. Any of them could pick it up. If it's really ready for trial and it's ready to go, anybody could pick up the file and get ready in relatively short time. The fact that she didn't want to step aside, I think, is telling about how interested she is. But I really do think that that's what the judge was telling her in that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've tried and convicted her of first-degree arrogance. So there was no way she was ever going to step aside. Okay, I'm sorry, Linda, go ahead.
Well, no, but they're trying to get you off the case now on the basis that you once said nice things about Nathan Wade, and I think maybe nice things about Fani Willis when she was going to replace the previous district prosecutor, district attorney. And for people that some states, as you know, has DAs, some have prosecutors in your county. Doesn't make any sense to me because that seems to me to enhance your credibility that you once thought well of them.
Linda, I totally agree. I mean, I thought that it enhanced my credibility. The fact that I have supported them, I have known both of them for 20 years. And I supported both of them when they ran for office because I thought they were the better choice in the election. And, a lot of times when we're voting, we're choosing between two people. There's no third door. We don't get to write in who we want. We're choosing between two folks. And I thought both of them were the most qualified candidates running at the time. I think that lends to my credibility, the fact that I knew them, the fact that I liked them and supported them. And I was compelled to bring this forward when I learned about it. I mean, I have a duty to my client to represent him. And when I learn about something that is disqualifying, when I learn about something that I truly believe influenced the decision to indict my client, and I think the big issue is, my client was not recommended for indictment with the special purpose grand jury.
Oh, I didn't know that. That.
He is the only one that the special purpose grand jury did not recommend, but was added later on to the indictment. So, we have even a stronger argument than everyone else that we need a disinterested prosecutor because why is my client added to this indictment later on when he wasn't even originally investigated?